Hello. Hello. Can you hear me? Sita, Prashant.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Good morning. This is Bharti. Got it. So this is Bharti. I'm your C faculty. Okay. Sita and Prashant both are attending for the first time, right? Today is your first day of your class here.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay. Please introduce yourself. Prashant.
Yeah.
Prashant, you are the one who spoke to me that day.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah. Please introduce yourself, Prashant.
Yeah, I'm Prashant, ma'am, from Hyderabad only.
Okay.
2018 postgraduate and from ECE, TKR College of Engineering.
Okay, good. Okay. Sita, please introduce yourself.
Good morning, ma'am. Myself, Sita Manaswi from Hyderabad. 2021 passed out from electrical, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Okay. Prashant and Sita, already I have taken one introduction class where I have explained the Linux commands because we are working C program here on Linux environment. Okay, now. So that how to write, how to open a file, how to close a file, such few basic commands only we usually teach before we start the C programming. That I'll be arranging a backup class for you people. Okay, now today we are starting with C programming as a part of your course. All of you, whatever you have taken, like MES IoT course, the first module is always C language. C is like a foundation language for anything you want to learn in embedded. C is something like must, mandatory. So we are going to begin with C programming from today. Okay. Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
So any doubt or anything you want to ask in between, you can interrupt and you can ask me also in between the class. Okay, now?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, now? Yeah. Let us begin with today. Before I start the C programming today, introduction to C today it is. Okay. I'll give you the syllabus. Please note it down. Okay, now? I want this to be in your notebook first page. Okay, now the topics which we are going to cover, I'm going to list out now. So please write down these syllabus. Okay, now? Take down. Here in ISM, we have divided our C language into two levels. C level 1, which is the basics of C. Then C level 2, which is the advanced concept of C. Okay, now. So as of now, you're going to start with the C level 1, that is basics of C only. So once the C level 1 gets completed, it's like continuation where you people are going to learn advanced C programming, which is nothing but data structures in the next coming classes. Okay, now. So we are going to start with C level 1 it is. Okay, now. In C level 1, we are going to first write down the syllabus. I want you people also note down the syllabus of C level 1. The first one is basics of C. You know, basics of C includes simple program, introduction to C, writing a simple program. Okay. Then how to use a input output statements, how to use the operators, how to use the control statement and looping statements. Up to that is basics of C. So I need minimum 8 sessions, means 8 theory sessions to complete this basics of C. At least 8 sessions. That means by next Monday, we'll be completing this one chapter. This is a very big and very important chapter. Okay, now once it is done, we are going to functions. Functions is one of the concept which we are going to understand in C after the basics. Then storage classes in C. After the storage classes, we are going to understand and one more topic called as arrays, then pointers, then one more concept called as DMA, dynamic memory allocation, structures and unions. The last topic is command line arguments, VAF, comma, macros. So this is the syllabus of your, okay, just a minute, I'll save this. I'll be sharing this file to you people at the end of my class. You can just go through it once again. Noted? Okay. Don't worry about what are all these things. We'll be learning in detail one by one. As I told you, first 1 week session will be only on this. Okay, na? Basics of C. Okay, na? So we are going to start with this today, basics of C. Okay, na? Okay. Before I explain you from my end, before you people start learning a programming language, you should have some idea about the computer languages. What are the different computer languages are available? How computer understand our language? All these things. Okay. So if I consider that way, do you guys know which language your machine will understand? Which language your computer will understand? Will it understand English, Hindi, Kannada?
Binary.
No. It will understand only on, off, which we call it as binary language. Actually, it is on, off, nothing else. 1, 0. Correct? 1 for true or on, 0 for off or false. Correct? Which we call it as machine language. Machine language. So what is machine language? It is combination of zeros and ones. Correct? Now you people imagine writing a program using machine language as a programmer. Do you think it is easy? Do you think it is easy to write a program using zeros and ones as a user? No, no, so very difficult for us. Then we have come up with a language called as assembly. Assembly language. So what is assembly language? Do you guys know any assembly language? Algorithms, or I can say some predefined commands will be there, instructions will be there, using which we write the code. Like, see, I'll just give an example. To add two numbers, we write add a comma b. Correct? Sub a comma b means subtraction of a comma b. Correct? Then move. Do you guys know these commands? What are these commands called as? These are called as mnemonics. Must have heard this, na? Mnemonics. Correct? Okay. See now, you people, if you are doing a program using zeros and ones, it's so difficult to write the code. But this is okay now. Compared to machine language, assembly language is okay for the user. Correct? Because we just need to remember these commands or instructions using which we can do our coding. Correct? What is the problem with assembly language? What is the drawback of assembly language? Any idea? You know, something like this. Assume I'll give one hardware setup. I will ask you, you have to do so and so application. You have to write a code to get so and so output. Okay. What you people will do using assembly language, if you are doing the code, what are the available hardware is there? Based on that, you will write the code. Correct? Which register is available? What is available? Based on that, you will start writing the code. Now, after some time, if I come back with different hardware, here this hardware architecture which I had given you earlier is different. Now another hardware architecture, different hardware I am giving you. But I will ask you the same task you have to do here also. Can you copy the same program and paste it here and execute? Not at all possible. Reason? Based on the hardware availability, you're writing the code here. Now this hardware and this hardware is different, means the same program you cannot use here. That is the problem with your assembly language. What is the problem with assembly language? They are non-portable, we say. Have you heard this word? Non-portable or machine dependent language. Machine dependent language. Who your assembly language disadvantage is? Disadvantage is what? They are non-portable. The programs which you write using assembly code, non-portable. Non-portable means what? Depending on the hardware you are writing the code. So hardware to hardware, the program need to be we have to keep on changing. See, the task is same, but the hardware is different. No, it is not possible to use the same code. You have to rewrite the code now. Correct? Now come to the last type of language, that is what? High level language. Okay. Can you give me some examples? What is high level language, first of all? Any idea? See, machine language means, I said you, it is zeros and ones. Assembly language means the instructions are mnemonics, we use it. High level language means what we use? What do we use to write the program? Coding. How do you write the code? Will you use alphabet, numbers, symbols? What do you use? That means what? Which is a combination of alphabets, numbers, symbols only. No? For example, take an example of C program. If I want to print something, will you say printer? Correct? It's like an English word. Correct? And we may use addition of two numbers, means C equals to A plus B. See, symbols also we're using. Then 1 plus 2, you can use numbers also. That means any language which supports for the usage of all these things with some predefined syntax falls under high level language. Or I usually say user friendly language, English like language. Correct? So what are the examples of English, high level language we can give? C is a high level language. Yes. C++. Yes. Java. Yes. Python, etc. All these falls under high level programming language, we say, or high level language. HLL also we say. Okay, now see over here. We are going to understand C, where it falls. It falls under high level language category. Still, we have so many sub features. I'll be explaining you. Very briefly, if you're talking, yes, C is a high level programming language. Clear? Yes? Okay. But now the problem is, you start writing a program using high level language, your machine will not understand because it understands is only zeros and ones. So what do we need? We need a translator who will convert our language to machine language to ours. Who is the translator here? What do we call him as? The translator is called as what? Any idea? Come on, compiler, no? Compiler. Okay, so when we are talking about the languages, you should know now about something called as compiler. Can you guys tell me what is a compiler? Compiler is a pre-written program. So we call pre-written program as what? System software. Compiler is a system software. What it will do? Which converts high level language to machine level language. Machine understandable, our system understandable language. Machine level language, you can say. As a programmer, as an embedded students, if you go for an interview, the very first question mostly you'll get is this. What is compiler? They'll ask you. Okay. Have you heard about something called as interpreter? Interpreter? Yes. What is an interpreter then? What is interpreter? If you know the answer, you please tell me. You know, actually, this is also same like your compiler. Same job. I can just copy paste this answer. You know, compiler as well as interpreter are doing the same job. Compiler is a system software which will convert high level language to machine. Interpreter is also a system, pre-written program. Pre-written program, we call it as what? System software, which converts high level language to machine level language. Wait a minute. Then what is the difference? Why do we need two? Correct? Huh? Any idea? Do you have any idea between the difference between the compiler and the interpreter?
Sorry,
Any idea? Vindhya, Trisha, Karthik?
No, ma'am.
No. Arvind, come on, this is very basic. I'm asking you. You must be knowing it. Okay, you know what actually it will do? You give one program may be containing 1 line or 1,000 lines of code. Okay, you give it to the compiler. It will convert the complete program at a time. So compiler will convert the whole program from high level language to machine language at a time. Whereas interpreter will do only one line conversion at a time. Understood this? Okay, so what is the difference you people understood? So compiler will convert high level language to machine language. I'll write it as set of lines at a time. Correct? Understood now. Whereas here interpreter means what? Line by line converts. So interpreter will convert high level language to machine understandable language line by line. So which is fast, which is slow? I think so you people can understand now. Compiler is faster, whereas interpreter is now line by line. So obviously it will be slow. Okay. Then when do we use compiler? When do we use interpreter? Okay. You know what? This is your assignment. That I'll be listing it out later. Okay, na? Some list of assignments I'll be giving you that I'll list it later. You know, actually what compiler, when compiler, mostly we use compiler in most of the languages. The best example for the language which uses only interpreter is Python. Perl, you must have heard Perl language. That is also going to use interpreter. So something like this. For example, assume you have executed your program. It is having some errors. We are not getting the expected output. You go to your program, check all the lines. You're not understanding where exactly the error. If you are using compiler, this is the problem. Because compiler will convert the whole program at a time. And all the errors at a time it will throw you. Understanding this one. So where exactly the error to find out, it may consume some time now as a programmer for us. So if you use interpreter, one line executes. If there is an error, it will show you error there. If no error, compiles. Executes. The next line executes. Next line execute. Sorry. So in C language, we'll use both. You know, we'll use compiler also. Mostly we'll be using compiler. Okay. But when we are going to use interpreter is when we want to check for the errors. We're getting the output, but we're not understanding the flow. Then also we can use interpreter. Or assume I'm not getting the expected output. Then also we'll use interpreter. For debugging purpose, usually we prefer to use interpreter. Understood? Clear? All of you clear with this one? So now,
Yes, ma'am.
Before coming to tomorrow's class, you need to list me out the languages which uses compiler, the languages which uses interpreter alone. See now, if I take an example, in my example, I had given what? Python. Python uses only interpreter. It will not use compiler. Whereas C, we always say compiler only. We will not say it will use interpreter also. Interpreter is an additional option they had given, that's all. This much is clear now. Before we start with the C program, you should have the knowledge of, we are writing the program which we understand easily, like high level language, which will machine never understand. So we should make it understand by using a compiler. We have to compile our code. Clear? Any doubts with this much up to here? Karthik, Prashant,
No, ma'am.
Trisha, Vindhya. Any doubts you can ask me now. Reni, Sita.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
So shall I continue with the introduction to C now? Will general.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, this was general introduction of programming language. Now I'll purely talk about C language. Okay, now. We know that C is a language, correct? It is like English language, I say, always. See, if assume we don't know English, we want to learn English. What are we supposed to learn first? We should learn the alphabets, A, B, C, D. We need to learn first, correct? After learning A, B, C, D, we'll start making words. Then afterwards, then sentences. That's how we follow the procedure, correct? Same thing here when you are learning C. When you want to learn C, C is a language, correct? Huh? So we need to learn now the procedure. The procedure of using C. Somebody has defined that language. They have developed it and invented or developed it and given. Now we want to use it. See, for example, when you people started learning alphabets, English, A means we started writing like this. Then we started understanding, okay, A means we have to write like this. After learning this A, if we say, no, I'm not liking this shape, I will say A means like this. Can we do that? We cannot go against the rule now. Correct? We cannot learn that language only if we want to go, if we go against the rule. If you want to do this, you have to develop your own language that time. Correct? So any language, it can be English or C language or any language, whenever you want to learn, you need to learn the basic syntax of that language. Who has given that syntax? Maybe the developer of that language. Somebody invented that, developed that language now. So that person has given us some rules. You want to use my language, follow my rules. So we have to use it. Okay. Assume now I learned A as an English alphabet. After learning this, I want to learn A means like this in a stylish format. We can't do that, right? It means, you know what? Syntax we need to follow. Logic is always ours. Correct? Once you learn that language, how to use it, implementation for your application is your wish. Understood that? Okay. So what are the rules and regulations? They had given some features. We'll try to understand now. Yeah. So I'm listing out some of the features of C language now. Okay, now? As we know already one point, C is a high level programming language. C is a high level programming language. Okay. We know the meaning of this now, right? Because C allows you to use alphabets, numbers, symbols, like English kind of language. So yes, we call C as a high level language and it uses compiler. You should know this. Okay, now, second point I'm talking about. C is a general purpose programming language. C is a general purpose programming language. Okay. Now let me make you understand what do you mean by general purpose programming language. Do you know a language called as Fortran? Have you heard this? Have you heard this language? Fortran, COBOL, Pascal? Well, you need not to remember. Assume long ago these languages were there, something like that. You know what? Nowadays, when you people start your engineering, in the first year of engineering, you people will learn C. Correct? Yes, everybody? Everybody learned C language?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
That I can skip this module actually. You know already C language. Shall we skip this module then? Okay. You know what? When I did my engineering, instead of C, they have taught us Fortran language. Nowhere in the market Fortran exists now. Nobody uses. Okay, now. Why? What is the problem with this language? What happened to this language? Is the question. Correct? This is, see, when engineers were learning this one means it was a high level language. It is something related to the science or something like that you can understand. But now it is not used. Instead of that, we are using C. Okay. What was the problem here? Okay. For this, let me ask you one question. Have you seen dinosaurs? Dinosaurs animal. Have you seen? In the movies only. In the real world, they does not exist, right? The people say they were there in some jungle and all, right? But nowadays it is not there. Correct? Why? because they are not able to survive for the present environment and all, environment condition and all. So they got extincted or extincted, we say. Extincted means what? No more. They no more exist. So Fortran also like that. It was not able to survive in the market. So it got extincted. Please don't think that now I am of dinosaurs age. Okay. Fortran was there. The problem with the Fortran, you know what? It was used only for scientific applications. Suppose if you have some commercial application, no, you cannot use Fortran. You have to learn COBOL or you have to learn Pascal, something like that. So assume as one person, you wanted to do one scientific application, also one commercial application. That means you have to learn 2 languages. You have to learn Fortran separately, you have to learn COBOL separately, something like that. Are you guys understanding this one? So the people formed a group, started inventing one particular language which they can use it for any field, irrespective of this or that. They wanted one common language, which we call it as general purpose programming language. Are you guys understanding this one? What do you mean by actually general purpose language is, you know, it should be used for developing a system software as well as application software. If you are able to use one language for developing any of the system software or application software, we call such languages as what? General purpose programming language. And yes, C is a general purpose programming language. You guys understood the meaning of general purpose programming? What do you mean by general purpose programming? The language which supports for developing a software of system software as well as application software. So if you are able to develop a software which is system related or which is an application related, we call such languages as general purpose programming language. You know what? Most of the operating systems are developed using C language. Operating system is nothing but a system software. No? That means C can be used for system software development. Now assume after we learn the C programming, we'll do a small project. Let's say student data maintenance. Yeah, obviously we can do the project using C, which will become an application software. Correct? It means what? You can use C language for both the purpose. So we call this as a general purpose programming language. Hope you people understood the meaning of it. Each line is very important. You should know the meaning. You should know to explain. Simply saying it is a high level language, not enough. They'll ask you, what do you mean by high level language? High level language is the one which user can understand easily, human readable language or English kind of language. Okay, now general purpose programming means using which you can develop a system software also, application software also. That's how you have to explain. Okay. Just now I told you, we want to use this language means we need to follow some procedure, some syntax, which we cannot change it. Some syntax has been already given. We have to follow that syntax. Though it is English-like language, we need to follow some rules and regulation. So it is called as, you know what? Procedural oriented programming language. POP. In short form, we call it as what? You know, POP. POP language. Do you know there is something called as OOP language also? OOP. Oops language. Object-oriented programming. Well, our C does not support for object concept. From C++, all the other languages supports for OOPS concept. Except C. C is only POP. Procedural oriented programming. So what is procedural means? I'll be giving you the syntax like how to write a program, where to put a comma, where to put a semicolon. Everything we need to follow very strictly. So that is why we call it as procedural oriented programming. Well, the next point you people know, C is a case sensitive language. Case sensitive language. So capital letters and small letters are entirely different in C language. You cannot say A and A are same. No, they are different. So C is a, just to provide some extra security, they made it as case sensitive. Okay. The next point is C is a, or I'll say like this. C supports for free form programming style. C supports for free form programming style. That's one important feature I can say always. So what do you mean by this last point? We'll try, fifth point we'll try to understand. Free form programming style means, see here. Assume now you start writing one program using C. It's you start writing like line by line, 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 like this. I will start writing like this. Which is easy for you to, both are same program, but I will write like this. You people will write like this, which is easy for you to analyze. First one or second, this one or this one? This one now. Reason, see, it's like it looks like a blocks. If you want to understand only this block, you just concentrate only on this block now. From where it starts, where it ends. So easy for you to understand this. Same thing if you write it like continuously means, it may say take some time. You may understand, but it's not so friendly. Correct? Huh? So C language supports for this way of writing program, as well as this way of user friendly. You can write however you wanted, the alignment I'm talking about. For example, when I ask you people to create your resume, all of you may not create in the same format. Correct? Huh? Some people will make paragraph, or some make points by point. It's your wish. Kind of thing you can do your C program. You can write however you want it. I'll show you when I practically start the program. You can write like this or like this, anyone. But I suggest is what? This. Second one, that is like block by block writing. Okay, now. So block by block writing, or you know what actually free form programming style means. See, when you start writing, let's say you start writing the program. You start writing the program. In the next line, you had given, by mistake, you had given some space and then started typing. Your C program will never give you any error. But Python will give you error for this. Python strictly restricts you. If they say one space you should give, you have to give one space only. But C will not restrict you for anything. Okay, now. So user friendly, we say. Okay. Understood that? Understood the meaning of C supports for free form programming style means program can be indented however we want it. Indentation can be done, we can say. Okay, now. Okay. Next point. C is also called as, you know what? Middle level language. C is also called as middle level language. You know, actually we have only high level language and machine language, or low level language also we say. Then what does this middle level language is? The major advantage of C is this itself. You know, if you write a program using high level language, who can understand easily? Programmer or the user. If you write the program using zeros and ones, who will understand easily? Machine. You know, if you are given a chance that you mix both and you can write, that is what is middle level language. That means in C program, you can write the code which is machine friendly, user friendly, as well as machine friendly. Practically, I'll be demonstrating all these things. It supports for combination of high level language as well as low level language in a programming style. So we call this as a middle level language. Understood that point? Last point. C is also a structured programming language. C is also a structured programming language. Structured programming language. You know what is the meaning of structured programming language? Again, I'll come here. See there. Say we start writing the program like this continuously. When you execute, flow will be like this. From the top to bottom approach, we say. From the top, it will start executing. So top to bottom approach, we say. Assume after writing these many lines, as a programmer, you stopped here. You're thinking. You want to make some decision. To make the decision, we write like this. Here we are making a decision. Okay, now if the decision what we have taken is correct, I want my control to come here and do this work. If my work is gone wrong, I want to send my control back here, again come from the beginning. Or I can say come here and do this work. You know, you can do this. You know how we do? If A greater than B, do this. Else, do this. See what we started doing? We started controlling the flow of our program by ourselves. So the structure of the program, who is controlling? User is controlling. We are not allowing to flow only like this. We can do branching, we can come back here. Or you know what? Once it comes here, I want to do this work repeatedly for 5 times, I can say, using looping. Or I'll say, don't do it here. I have kept one more block here. You jump from here to here. Go do the work here and then come back here. You know, you can do all these things. And this feature is called a structured programming language. How do we control the flow of the structure is using control statement, comma, looping, comma, function subroutines, etc. Because of which we call C as a structured programming language. Hope all the points are clear. Please read out yourself once again. Anything to be explained, I'll repeat. So these are some of the basic features or the points as a C program. When you want to learn, you should know these points. You know, as an embedded course, why C, they will ask you. The important feature for embedded system is this. Because I told you, C program can be written using high level language as well as mixed with low level language. After all, that is what we needed for our embedded systems also, right? So C is called as middle level language. Okay, any points to be explained or shall I continue again? Prashant, Karthik, Trisha, Vindhya, Aishwarya. Done? Understood?
Yes,
You
ma'am.
can go through it. If any points, if you want me to clarify, you can ask me again. So with this knowledge, you know what? We can start writing a simple program. How to write a program? We need to know the syntax now. We'll see that today. Okay. Take down the heading as syntax of C program. Syntax of C program now. Syntax of C program. Okay. Now, before you people take down, let me first write it. Then you can take down. Don't take down now. Okay, now. So you people remember, we write always with this line, hash include stdio.h. Do you know the meaning of this line? What is the name of this line? This line is called as preprocessor directives. Preprocessor directives. I'll be explaining you the meaning. Then is our int main we write. This is our main, which is a function. Main is a function. You know here why I gave gap. In this gap, you know what you can write? In this gap, whatever you write, we call that as a global declarations. Okay. Then we have to compulsorily open a flower bracket. And here you can keep this place for what? Whatever you keep here, we call this as a local declarations. And here, whatever you write, we call it, we say it as statements. Statements can be written here. And all these statements comes under body of the main function. Body of the main function. And at the end, we write here return 0 and close the function. This is a simple, very simple way of specifying the syntax of the C program. Or I'll always say this is the skeleton of the C program. You write one line program or lakhs together lines of program. See, project means definitely lakhs together of program lines will be there. Now, these are must, compulsory. Without this, you cannot write any. You cannot do anything in the C program. Okay. So we'll understand first what are all these things. Yes. For that, I'll take an example. I will take an example. Okay, now I'll put 2 forward slash. I'll write an example program. Well, now you see here, syntax means it just directly started with what? Hash include. But here in my this example, I'm writing it as what? 2 forward lines, and then writing a example program. You know what? This is called as comment, which is optional. So I have not written in the syntax. Comments are always optional. Comments means what? Something like heading for your program. If you want to write a heading for your program, you should put a forward slash and write the heading. Okay. Now, hash include stdio.h. Then I'll write, I will not write the today global declaration, local declarations. I will write a printf. Obviously, we'll print some and 0. Close the program. Well, this is the program. Okay, now. Okay, let me explain you one by one all these lines. You need to understand that. Okay, now. So first line I told you about this. First line is always optional. If you want to keep it, you keep it. Otherwise, you can just neglect it. Why? When to keep the comment, you know, when you want to present your program to the end user. Suppose assume you have written a program, you're giving me your program means without the comment, don't give it. Because without seeing the comment, user will not understand anything. You know, this program is for adding 2 numbers. Program to add 2 numbers. This project is for so and so. One heading, if you give, so easy for the user to imagine everything and then analyzing the program. So always give a comment when you're presenting it for somebody. For your sake, you're writing this, it's okay. Correct? Because you will be knowing what program you're writing, you can do it. But the better habit is always put a comments. Okay. Comments are always optional. Reason, if your program is having comments, when you compile and execute your program, obviously we are writing in English language like this now, compiler is required. We are going to compile our program. When we compile the program, your compiler will automatically remove all the comments. It will just take out the comment, then it will start compiling. So comments are no useful, nowhere it gets executed. They're like dummy statement we say. For user understanding sake, we write the comments. Okay, now we'll move on to the first line, that is called a hash include stdio.h, which is called as what? Preprocessor directives. Okay, what do you mean by this? Let me explain you. Understand this first. Okay, now, so this is our C program now. We are going to write the C program. Now, whenever you want to write a C program, there must be a software installed in your system. Like compiler should be there so that we can compile the program now. Nowadays, online compilers are available, but anyhow, compiler, that software should be available. Then only you can use this program. Then only you can do the program. Now, assume you have installed the C compiler. You know, one more advantage of your Linux is what? You install Linux, C compiler is by default, it is there. You need not to again install the C compiler. Are you guys understanding this one? Okay. Now, assume we have installed the software, C software, we can start doing the program. When you install the software, you know what happens? Some libraries will get installed. Libraries means what? Some predefined data will get installed. Okay. Now you imagine like this. We have a program, we have a compiler, and we have a library. Understood this much? Okay. What is preprocessor directive is, as a user, we are telling the compilers. Program what? Who is writing is programmer. Programmer is there, compiler is there, library is there. Okay. Now as a programmer, we are telling the compiler, inside the library, there is a file called as stdio.h. Go get it and put inside my file, include inside my file and say. Because I want to use it. I want to use that library. Why to use, I'll tell you later. Is this clear? Program is there. Program is, this is what user. Then here is what? C compiler. And here is what? Library. Correct? You want me to show with the diagram? See, this is your program. I'll say user. I'll not say user actually. This is your .c file. You people know that, right? .c file is what? Your program. Now here is your compiler. Okay now. And here is your library. Okay now. Now you people see here. Hash include stdio.h means that stdio.h is here, which is in the library. Now what are we saying? Include stdio.h we are saying. Correct? Huh? It means you are telling the compiler, go get this stdio.h from the library and keep it inside my file. I want to use it. As a book definition, I'll tell you now. You try to understand. Preprocessor directive is a instruction from the user to the compiler to include the header file. We call it as actually header file. stdio.h. .h means what? H stands for header file. So we are asking the compiler, go get the header file from the library and include inside my file. Actually, .c file is called as, you know what? .c file is the one where we write the program. Correct? Huh? Here is the program we are writing. You can give f1.c, program1.c like this. Okay, now this program1.c or .c file is called as source file. So preprocessor directive is an instruction from the user to the compiler to include the header file from the library into the source file. Are you guys getting it? Huh. You people have to make a note of this. I want you people to first note down the syntax of this first. Take down the syntax. Note it down, please. Note down this syntax as well as one example. Then I'll explain you I'll give you some points also. Please note it down. Sorry. Then the example also. Okay, done. Examples taken. Just take down a note now. Note. Preprocessor is an instruction from the user to the compiler to include the specified header file from C library to the source file. So what is preprocessor is one of the again asked question. So you should know clearly. It's an instruction from the user to the compiler to include the header file from the library to the source file. Okay, understood that first line? See here, all of you understand here? Hash include, it's like one command. Include, we are saying. Include means keep it here into my file, correct? Huh? What we want to keep it? We want the compiler to go get the stdio.h. Stdio means, you know what? Standard input output header file. Okay, now, do you know any other header files? Do you aware of it? Any other header files? mat.h, string.h. Have you heard about it? What is the header file use? Mat.h is used for all mathematical functions. I'll tell you those things later. Okay, now. So is this point is clear, everybody? It's an instruction from the user to the compiler to include the specified header file from the library to the source file. Appears to be a little lengthy, but yes, you should know that what I thought. Why this name is called as preprocessor? You know why? You know, because we told the compiler to include that file. It will include it before the processing. Pre-processing means what? Before processing. We are telling the compiler to include the file. It will include before processing. So preprocessor. Understood? Everybody? Okay. You know why I'm including this stdio.h? It is called a standard input output header file. It means it contains something related to input output operation. Now you see here in my program. This is the program example I had given now. See here what I'm using. Printf. Print something we are saying. Correct? So this printf is a function which is available in the library. Do you know any other functions? Like this, printf is for output, scanf is for input. Like that, you know, we have something called as getS, putS, getChar, putChar. Have you heard about it? All these functions are inside this available inside what? stdio.h. So if you want to include this, you want to use this function, you should include this. Assume in future, we want to calculate 2 to the power of 3. We write the code as 2 into 2 into 2. But if it is 2 to the power of 30, will you write 2 into 2 so many times? Not at all required. Nah? So what we will do, you know, power of 2 comma 30. It will give me the power calculation. 2 to the power of 30, it will give the answer. But this, if it will not work now. You know why? Because if you want to use this, you should go here and you should include what? Hash include math.h. Mathematical function it is, and it is available in the library. So we have to include it. If you are not using this, you know not to include it in that. There are lots and lots of header files available. String.h, ctype.h, alloc.h, stdlib.h. Maybe in microcontroller, you people must be heard na rig61.h. Registers, all the registers are defined in one header file. So people will use in the microcontrollers. That time they'll ask you hash include, you have to include rig61.h like the header file and then use it. Without including the header file, it will not allow you to use it. So if you remove this, you cannot use now printf, because printf is an output function. So if you want to use this output function, stdio.h should be there. If you want to use any mathematical function, mat.h. Any string functions, string.h. Like that. We'll be learning one by one. As of now, printf, scanf, though definitely we'll use in our program. So stdio.h. Understood now? Yes. Why the name preprocessor, you people understood now? Because before the processing, the file will get included. I'll not say file, I'll say content of the file will get included. Now, which is the file we are telling the compiler to include? stdio.h. So the content of stdio.h will get included inside this file, not permanently, during the processing time. Okay, now done. That's about the first line. Is it clear, everybody? Yes. Let us write down the comment about the comments. We'll write down few things. Okay. Comments are not an executable statements. Comments are not an executable statement. Compiler will remove the comments from the program before it starts compilation. Before it starts the compilation, only comments will get removed. So we can use like this in front of one line. Okay, now this is called as single line comment. One line will get commented. Okay, now if you have a paragraph to be commented, see now here continuously you have 4 or 5 lines of code you have written, but as of now you don't want to execute it. You don't want to execute it. All these lines you want to comment means what you should do? In front of this line you have to put, again in front of this line you have to put like this. All the lines I want to comment now like this. Instead of that, you know what you can do? You have another type of comment which can be used for more than one line commenting. That is like slash star slash. Put it in a paragraph. This full, all these lines will get commented now. This complete lines will get commented. This full lines will get commented. And this we usually use it for what? Multi-line commenting. Multi-line comment. So we have 2 types of comments. You should know this now. Okay, now you can interchangeably use it. Whichever you want, you can use it. So in the syntax, we'll go back now. In the syntax, I told you here this space is for what? Global declaration. And here this place you can use it for local declaration. Do we know the difference between local and global declarations? Or the meaning of global, local? Local means, you know what? Within this only we can use. If you keep some data here in this place, if you keep some data, which is called as what? Local. That can be used, the data can be used only inside this block. But if you keep a data inside here, outside of that block, you can use it inside this block or outside of this block. If you have one more function, suppose assume from here to here, in future we'll write one more block. We'll write one more block like this. Now, how many blocks are there in my program? 3 blocks are there. One is this, another one is this, another one is this. If I keep the data here, which I'm saying it as global data, I can use it full everywhere, wherever I want it. But local data means what? Only inside this. Or if I keep something here, if I keep only inside this. Are you guys understanding the difference? Local global means usually I'll compare it with local data is like a chief minister of a state. Chief minister is for only one state. No? Global data is like prime minister. He is the only one person for every state. No? Like that. So global data is for every block. Well, we'll not understand today this one much because we'll not use today. We'll see when we use, and again I'll explain you. Just places, if you know, that's enough now. Something inside the block means local, which is outside means global. Just keep that in mind, that's enough. We'll move on to the next line. Main is a function, I said. Do you guys know how many main functions we can have in one program? Only one. You can write only one main function for one program. Suppose if you write, this is same program, again if you write here main function, it is an error. Again if you write main, and if you write like this is one full program, if you write, it is an error. You cannot have 2 main functions. It's like main door. How many main doors will be there for one house? One only, na? Like that it is. Are you guys understanding this one? Third one will note down about the main function. Write down main function. Every C program must contain only one main function. Every C program must contain only one main function. You know the reason why? Because execution begins with main. Always execution or processing will start from main function. Entry point we say na. So always the execution of the program always begins with the main function. So you must have only one main function. So how many main function they'll ask you? You should know only one. Okay. And before the main function, I wrote here what? Int. Correct? And here what I wrote? Return 0. 0 is nothing but integer. Do you know something called as integer and float? What's the difference? Int means what? Float means what? Decimal value will be there. Fractional point is there means we call that as float. Integer means whole numbers. Point something should not be there. Example, if I ask you age, whole number, integer it is. If I ask you salary, point something will be there. Or maybe percentage gained by the student, point something is there. That time it is float. Okay. Now see here what I wrote. Return 0. 0 is an integer. So we have to write here int. What is the meaning of this is? Execution starts with the main, I told you. Once the execution is completed, main function will return 0 to indicate successful execution. 0 means what? Execution is over, stop everything. Correct? 0 means what? Off. Off everything. It has to say that one, correct? How it will say? By returning 0. 0 is an integer, so you should write the return type as int here. Okay, now. So the next point you should write down here is what? Main function returns integer after the successful execution. Main function returns integer after the successful execution. 0 is an integer, so we wrote 0. Suppose assume instead of 0, I'll write 5. Will it work? 5 is integer. Yes, now whole number. It will work. It will work. But usually we don't change there. We usually write it as what? 0 only. 0 indicates what? Off everything. 5 means it is not off. Now some number we are returning. Correct? It may not give you any error. It will not give you error, but always don't change it. Let it be 0. If you want to write 5 or 10 or 15, we'll write it for our functions in future, not for the main function. Don't change anything for the main function. It will work. I'm telling you, it will work if you write any number. But if you write, you know what? This will give you error. You know why? Tell me. What are you returning here? Floating value. And here you wrote it as what? Integer. See, mismatch, no? This will give you error. So if you want to write other than 0 means any whole number is okay. But I will suggest don't do that also. Write it 0 only. Okay, now? And inside the, see, this flower bracket is compulsory. Instead of flower bracket, if you want to use square bracket, it will give you error. Because I told you, it is the rule made by the developer. You should use the same thing. And this block opening and block closing, we call this as body of the main function. Body of the function is our area. Whatever we want to write to get the output, we should write it here. See, what is the output I wanted? I wanted to print hello ISM. I wanted to print hello ISM. So I am using printf function. And within the double quotes, if you write hello ISM, when you compile and execute, it will print me this output. This printf is for what? Printing something on the monitor. Monitor is nothing but what? Our output device. Now, okay. See over here, one more thing. Semicolon is there. See here. No. We'll for scanf, we'll have to explain still some more things. Then only scanf. Don't use now today. Okay, now. See here, semicolon we are using. Semicolon is just like full stop. Semicolon is just like a full stop. You know, I want to execute this line. Like how you people write down one line means one full stop, again full stop, you'll write now like that. When you write a semicolon, your compiler will start understanding, okay, this is one line which I want to execute. One more line if we have semicolon means from there to there, I have to execute. So your compiler will understand semicolon means what? End of the statement. So in C language, semicolon is used as termination statement. You should know this. Semicolon is used as termination statement. You cannot use any other symbol. You cannot put full stop instead of semicolon. You have to use semicolon only. That's the rule. Okay, now? So understood all the points. Whatever I have written in the program, I explained you. What is preprocessor now? You should know. How many main function we should know. Why main function should be there? Because execution begins with the main. Then we should use the open close brackets. And in this example, I'm just taking printf only. We can just use scanf, etc. For scanf, we should know about data, how to use data. That then only we can use scanf. Printf means just print this, we are saying. Then return 0, why we are writing this one is main function will return an integer. This and this should match. 0 is an integer, so we are saying return type of our main function. Our main function will return an integer once the program execution is successful. Okay, now everything is done. What is our next step? We need to save our file, we need to compile, and we have to execute our program. Correct? Huh? So file should be always saved as what? Program file. Okay, now program file need to be saved as file name with .c extension. Whatever the file name you want, you give, save that file first. After that, what we need to do? Once the program is ready, we need to do what? Compiling. Correct? Now, we need to compile the program. How do you compile a program? On Linux environment is you should use GCC. There's a command. What is the file name you have given? That file name with .c extension. That's how you compile a program. GCC is the command. Space your file name with .c. .c is not given means it will not compile the program. Okay. Assume you're compiling a program. You've done so many mistakes in your writing program, like comma, semicolon, brackets not given properly, etc. It will show you error here when you compile. So whenever you compile a program, and if it is having any error, it will show you that we call it as what? Syntax errors. So during the compile time, whenever you get error, we call such errors as compile time error also. We can call it as syntax errors. Okay, now you may get errors. That error is called as syntax errors. Understood? A syntax error means what? Just now I was explaining you the syntax, na comma, semicolon, bracket, and all. See here in printf means semicolon is there. See here double quotes are there. Assume you did not open here, but you closed it. Like this, if you do, obviously it's an error. Okay, now once the compilation is successful, you need to execute it. Correct? Huh? You need to execute. To execute a program, you have to use ./a.out. That's a command. ./a.out to execute the C program. Here also you may get some error, you know. We call it as, you know, compilation. GCC is for compilation. For execution, you should use this dot. I'll show you. I'll demonstrate it now. You'll understand. Huh? ./a.out is for execution. When you get the error during execution time, we call this as a runtime errors. Assume you compiled your program. There's no error. Then you execute your program. Obviously, there is also assume there is no error. You should get the output now. You should get the output. Let's say hello ISM should be the output. Assume output is not coming. There is no error, no compile time error, no execution time error, but output is not coming. Example, in future, you are using a microcontroller, some hardware. Your job is to blink an LED. LED will be given. That need to be. You have to write the program. When you dump it, LED should blink. You have compiled, executed the program, no error, but your LED is not blinking. What is the problem? Maybe problem with the LED. First thing, hardware problem. Assume hardware also fine. We have checked it. But when you dump it, your program, your LED is not, the LED in your program, LED of that is not working. That means there is a problem in your program now. But error is not coming. There is no error. See now, I'm telling you, there is no error here. There is no error here also, but you're not getting output. Such error is called as, you know what? Logical error. Understanding this one? What is logical error? Logical errors are unexpected ones, like which you, maybe in your logic there is some mistake, which your compiler will not show you. If you're not getting the expected output, it is understood that your program is, your in program logic is wrong. Go and correct it. When you are not getting an expected output, we call that as a logical mistake or logical error. So we are getting three chances, sir. Either it may be syntax error, runtime error, or logical errors. If all these three are not there, then definitely you should get the output. You will get the output. You know, along with these things, you will get something called as warnings. Warnings. Warnings can always be neglected. If you have warnings also, you'll get the output. For example, you know, if you are traveling on the road side, highway and somewhere, if you go hump ahead, like that board will be given, children's area, I mean school ahead, so go slowly, no horn if it is hospital. Those are the caution boards, we say, caution, correct? Huh? We just take precaution and we go slowly, something like that. Here warnings also, something like that. Okay, now when it comes in your practical examples, I'll show you, I'll explain you again warning, what is warning also. Hope this much is clear. So with this knowledge, we'll go for one program execution. I'll show you by executing one program now, so that you should know how to compile, how to execute, how errors are good. Online students newly joined today, who started today, need to install some softwares in your laptops, which I'll explain you. I'll update you in the WhatsApp. Prashant and Sita and all. Trisha, Karthik, Reni, Vindhya. You all are done with your laptop installation and practice the commands, huh?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So you're able to do the programs. Last class you people attended. One of our faculty took the class.
Yes, ma'am.
So you know how to use the editor, how to write the program, everything.
Yes, ma'am.
Good. So I'll be just showing you that now. The students who join newly, it may be new for you. Don't worry about that. I'll just explain you in the backup class once again. Okay, now. So this software will be installed for you people like Sita and Prashant in your laptop. Our admin will contact you for that one. And once installed, I'll arrange the backup class for you. How to use this, they'll explain you. Okay. People also installed the software. Okay. Let me open the terminal. Okay. So here you people don't directly start. You have to go for what? Changing your you people like offline students. Huh? Do this means to your directory you enter. Here you people go for opening your file. What's the command for opening a file? VI. Correct. File name. This is my first program. So I'll say program1.c. Don't give such names. Whenever you're doing sum of two numbers, sum.c. Factorial of a number, fact.c. Fibonacci series means fib.c. String length.c. Like that you give the name. Don't give program 1, program 2, program 3. Okay, na? Okay. So we'll start writing the program here. We have to press I. You know that, right? Hash include stdio.h. Done. Then is our main function. Then printf. Hello, ISM I'm typing. Then return 0. Close the program. How do we save it? Escape : WQ0. Correct? Huh? Okay. Now program is ready. I need to compile the program. We have to say what? GCC and the program. Enter. So it has come back. That means no error. Compilation is successful. ls if you type, see there a dot out is there. Green color. Correct? Huh? Why it comes in green color? Because it is an executable file. See here, program1.c. Program1.c is my normal file. So it is in normal color. If you have any directory means blue color, which I told you already. File which is having executable permission is in green color. How to execute? ./a.out if you write this. Enter. See here. Showing you the output now. Understood? I'll go back to my program now again. Insert. I'll add one more printf. I can add one more printf, correct? Printf. I'll write it as Bangalore city. Close, semicolon. Okay, now save it and exit from it. Now, if you people see here, if I write now ls, a.out is already there. Now, do I need to compile and execute or only execute? Compile and execute, right? Why? Because I have done some changes in the code. If I execute directly, what happens? It will show previous output. See that? It is not showing Bangalore city. So if you do changes in the program, you should first save. Then you should again what? Compile. Now execute to see the final output. See what is the output we are getting now? Hello ISM is also coming. Bangalore city is also coming. But observe there, I had given in 2 different printers, but everything is coming in one line. So what I should do? Go back to your program there. Here, after printing hello ISM, I want my control to go to the next line. So you should put \n. I want here also, I want to put /n so that we'll be clearly seeing the output. I'll tell you what is /n also once again. So now see the previous output. Now I have done the changes. I have to compile it. Done. I have to execute it. See the output now. Hello ISM, because of /n, cursor came to the next line. Bangalore city, after that again my path is coming in the next line. So /n means new line, next line or new line. Go to the next line, print this, then go to the next line. We'll do some mistakes in our program. Let's say semicolon should be there, I told you. Let me remove that semicolon. It should be there, correct? I removed. Compile. See that? Error, expected semicolon before printf. Wait, before printf it is asking. What do you mean by that? Which line it is showing you error? Line number is 5. We'll go to 5th line and we'll see what is the error. Okay now, how to go to the 5th line? VI. Here +5 if you write, directly it will take us to the 5th line. Or you can just go and scroll it. Oh, see here, this is my 5th line. Before this printf semicolon is missing means what? Here na semicolon is missing. If it shows you line number 5 means you should search in the previous line output. I mean error, not on the 5th line itself. Because see, first line, second line, third line, fourth line. After 4th line executed, when it is entering into the 5th line, there is an error. So 5th line it shows. Understood? Everybody clear? Whenever you get the error, just read it first. Understand that error. See, it will clearly shows you expected semicolon. Go and check where somewhere a semicolon is missing. Go and check and complete it. Understood? How to compile and execute the program also I showed you. Maybe for the new students, it is new, which you people still don't know. After the backup class, you can practice it. Don't worry about that. Understood how to compile and execute the program? Okay. Now I was explaining you about what? /n there. /n. /n is for what? New line. Correct? These are predefined again. /n means your compiler understands. We call them as, escape sequence characters. Must be used only with printf function. That means you should not use it in the scanf function. This is only for output purpose. Now we want to align the output, so we should use it. We have /t. /t for what? Tab space. You can use /a to get a beep sound on the screen. /double quotes is there to get the quotes only on the screen. /single quote to get the single quote on the screen. /0. What is /0? Do you know? We use it as null in future. /r, /v, /b. These last 3 are your assignments. Okay now? In the lab, you people check all these 3. What is going to happen if you use these things in the printf? You should know and you should write and come. Everybody, practice yourself. Printf, hello ISM mutate, use /r. What happens you check. Like that, /v, /b, however you want. Okay now? Use these things also. You have to try out these things. One example I'll give you for this one is what? Double quotes I'll give. See here. I want output on the screen as hello. Within the double quotes ISM. Like this I want output. ISM to be highlighted within the double quotes. So how to use printf for this one? Printf hello slash quotes ISM slash close the quotes, then slash n. Now what happens? ISM will come inside the double quotes. If you want single quote means you use single quote like that. This is how example. Okay, now I want you people to try something like this in your lab. Everybody. So this is the lab assignment. I have told you what are these things. Beep sound means you know what? When you switch on the laptop or your mobile phone, that beep will come, beep sound. So if you want to print hello ISM with that sound, then you should use what? Slash, let's say here, slash A I'll use. It will print hello ISM with that sound, provided your system should have the speaker. In lab, you will not get this sound because we don't have this speakers at all. Okay, now, so in your laptop, if you have the speaker, you can try. And don't use only one time, you cannot able to hear. Like this, you use and try. At least little sound you'll get. Okay, now. Okay, one more assignment. So that is first one. Second one is write a program to print the below. You know what I want you people to print? I want like this output. You should print north, south. In one line, you should print what? East, then some space. Some space. Like this, I want output alignment. And your name should be printed here in the center within the double quotes. And you know what is my condition? Using only one printer. Using only one printf function, you should do this. I don't want you to use more than one printf function. So these are the assignments. Everybody should do this and come. Online students who joined today, like Sita and Prashanta, use online compilers available till you get installed with the software and try these programs and come. For online students, no lab today. If you people want to go practice these things and go, if you want, you can go and do the lab for a few minutes only. From tomorrow, because still one more theory need to go. More explanation is there, like how to use data and all I need to explain. Int, char, float, all those things I have to explain. After that, your printf, scanf, everything. So many assignments I'll be giving you. Okay, now. So online students, Karthik, Reni,
Yes, ma'am.
India, everyone, please practice. You have installed the software, means just execute these simple programs and come back. Okay.
Okay,
So
ma'am.
once again, I'll start the class at 9:30. And from tomorrow, I'll just write here itself your schedule. This is from tomorrow. That means from 14th, this is fixed now. Okay, now daily. Okay, now 9:30 to mostly 11:30 or 11:15 I'll be taking. Okay, now 11:15 to 11:30, 11:15 mostly I'll end up by 11:15. What will be there? C theory class. And online student, the same link what I have given you today, the same link. Okay, now. Then from tomorrow, 11:30 to 1:30, you people are going to start Arduino module. And your C lab will be from 2:30 to 4:30. And this is going to be alternative days. In the sense what? Tomorrow theory means day after tomorrow lab, like that. So total 6 hours from tomorrow onwards, 9 to 4:30. Mostly lab I told you, now tomorrow also may not happen. If it happens also, hardly for half an hour maximum, it will happen. But once the C lab starts, you have to be here from 9:30 till 4:30. Okay. So for Arduino, we'll be sharing you some other link, not the same link. For C online students, I've shared that link, the same link only. For the lab or for the Arduino theory, we'll be separately sharing you the Zoom link. That also, once we share, the same thing you'll be using it for daily. See, Arduino, to learn Arduino, you don't need any prerequisite. It's a simple, very simple board, and you people need to know. Nowadays, though, this like 8th, 9th standard kids also use the Arduino board to do their projects actually in schools. That simple topic it is in the beginning. So we are going to begin that one parallelly from tomorrow itself. Is it clear to you guys? No excuse. You people need to sit with a good internet connection, online students, and attend the classes. Okay, now? Hope it is clear, everybody. Online
Yes,
students,
Yes, ma'am.
anything, any doubt, anything to be explained, you please tell me. Have you understood how to write the C program?
Yes, ma'am.
You need to try if you have installed the software. Suppose if you have not installed the software, please go for contacting. I'll share once again our admin number. Please contact him and you please make sure you do it. Install it. Okay, now? Just a minute. I'll take the attendance before I end the class. Remember when it started? 11th, huh? 6th of December. Huh? It's only orientation. No? Then the next day I took the Linux intro, correct? Then 8th. Okay, with Linux commands. 9th was only lab, right? December. When was Sunday? Saturday was also only lab. This is Linux commands. December. I was present for all the classes. Only today, now she is absent. Aishwarya was absent. Aishwarya, you are only Aishwarya. Oh, okay, sorry. She is absent today. Arvind present for all the classes. Vindhya was present for every classes, no? From the day when you are there? Reni, Vindhya.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Karthik also there from the beginning, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Trisha is from the second day, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
The first day class, anyhow, with today's Sita and Prashant, I'll be arranging it. You have to attend, okay, now?
Okay, ma'am.
Next, Prashant. Who else is there? Who is this one more name who joined us with some Galaxy M? Who is this? Galaxy M21. What's your name? Okay. Before I wind the class, all of you, ma'am, Trisha only, yeah? Okay, fine. Okay. You know what we are going to do in future, because we started C. Online students, are you sitting with a notebook and a pen? Are you noting down whatever the things I'm
Yes,
doing?
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Good. I want one more, maybe, I don't know, for online students, I'll not suggest, but still if you do it, it will be very good. Every student get another 100-page or 200-page notebook separately. That we will keep it as assignment writing book, which will contain only those questions which is important from the interview point of view, which I'll be
Okay,
giving
ma'am.
on daily basis, which will be writing maybe 2 days once, or maybe every day I may ask you to submit. Online students just take a photo and submit me in the WhatsApp. Offline students get it always in the classroom itself. Along with your notebook, you should get that book also. Okay, now, so you have the assignment. That means today you have to buy a new notebook and you have to write today's date, you have to put, and you have to write it and come. And in this notes, please don't write anything extra. This will happen. This will be repeated for every other module also. Every faculty will give you, from the interview point of view, some separate questions. It may be, you know, we would have covered it in the classroom also. Or maybe some extra questions. You have to search and make a note and come, which I'll be discussing like this it is. Okay, now? So maybe some programs also I may say. Sometimes I may say, no, it may be like, this puzzles also, something like that. Or some HR face-to-face technical questions also. So all such sort of questions I'll be including there, especially C program point of view. This is must. So make sure you people do this. Okay, now? So day one assignment it is. Day one, or I'll say assignment one instead of day one. Assignment one. Not required. I don't want the history of C to be written in page wise. Few points I'll highlight here. What and all you should know here. First one, why they developed C. I want that. Second one, different versions of C. Third one, you should know the present version of C. Year of invention, when they invented this C. Obviously, when you are searching for these things, you should know who invented C, who developed or who invented C. Okay, now that is the first question. Second question is, make a note of, means you have to go for difference between embedded C and ANSIC, ANSI C. Do you guys know this? What I am teaching you is ANSI C, not embedded C. Embedded C you are learning in microcontrollers, not now. So find out what is the difference between ANSI C and embedded C and come. I'll explain you briefly tomorrow. Okay. So this everyday basis I'll be sharing it. I may not be giving you 100, 50, 100 questions and all. Hardly few questions which are very important from the topic what I have covered. But make sure, see these things they'll ask you such questions also. So you can expect such things in the things. So you should know these things and come. And please revise my notes and come. Tomorrow, if I ask you, why are we including pre-process, including header file, what it contains and all, you should know. Why only one main function? You should know. Because execution starts with the main. Why we write int there? You should know. All these things you should just glance. See, you have already understood in my classroom. For glancing, it will not take maximum 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Maybe in next coming classes, maximum half an hour. You have to just glance and come everyday basis. That's how you learn C. Okay, now? Otherwise, it will really become difficult for you people to face the interview, I'm telling you. Please practice on daily basis. And for interviews, you know, I always say my notes is enough. Definitely, you can crack the interview on C round if you properly follow my notes. On daily basis, when you're learning C, okay, after 1 month, if you give a gap and then go for interview, you must have forgotten. On daily basis, you have to do C revision, everyday basis. Because this course is for 5 months means after 5th month, if you're going for an interview, C will complete now itself. 4 months gap will happen again if you are not doing the revision directly going for interview means. So everyday basis glancing C is important. Okay. So I'll end the meeting today. So tomorrow's schedule I have given you already. 9:30 as usual we'll meet first. Then 11:30 people will start with the second module, that is Arduino. Then if the lab is there, it will be at 2:30. Mostly it may not be there tomorrow because so many things are there to explain for me tomorrow. Let's see. If there also, we'll have it at 2:30. That's okay. So I'll end the meeting. We'll meet tomorrow. Thank you, all of you.
Thank you.
Okay.